What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Paying. Today I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about why Gunna might just be unstoppable. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. It helps me out a ton. And I actually have a quick little story time surprise for you guys towards the end of this video, where I just so happened to kind of run into Gunna, but it's not like he knew who I was, so like don't get like super excited about this story. I'm just going to add it on to the end of the video. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video for today's paid promo song of the day, which is On My Soul by Willl. Gunna recently dropped his second album since his stint in jail for the whole YSL RICO case, that being One of One. And this album pretty much seems to be a success on all fronts. Everyone seems to like it, and it's doing well numbers-wise. Arguably, this album is doing better than his first album that he dropped after coming home, which was A Gift and a Curse. This album, One of One, sold 91K first week, and it sold 57K in its second week. And these are amazing numbers. I know it's not super high. It's not 200K, 300K, but these are really good numbers in an era where rappers just aren't really selling that well. Streaming has kind of messed up the numbers and what they really mean. But also he's doing this without a major hit song on this album. It's not like A Gift and a Curse where you had F You Mean, which was arguably the song of the year last year. He doesn't have this major smash hit that can kind of carry the numbers up. This is all just people listening to the project for listening to the project. Maybe they have a certain specific song that they like the most, but still for the most part, this project isn't being carried by one song. And I think it's safe for us to say that nobody could have really predicted this level of success for Gunna. Now, that's not me saying that, like, we thought he would come home and be bad. Like, it's not like we expected his career to just be done after he came home. But I think it's pretty clear that he's proven pretty much everyone wrong, even if you had the highest expectations for him coming out of jail. And, you know, I don't really want to go there, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the whole YSL RICO case. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of the whole gang stuff and did he snitch, did he not snitch, what is the actual... I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to stay in my lane because I'm good over here. That stuff, you can go watch like No Jumper for that if you want to see that type of content. But I'm going to stay in my lane, so... whether he did it or not doesn't really mean anything to me. Whether that is snitching or not doesn't mean anything to me. But we can't deny that there hasn't been, that kind of stigma that hasn't stuck to his name. Like, that's just the truth, okay? Whether that was actually snitching or it wasn't, that has been attached to his name. Now people call him a snitch, fans, other rappers. This isn't just like a random thing on social media. No, this is a real thing. This is a real thing that people are attaching to Gunna. And it's not just the fans, like I said earlier. It's rappers as well. Major, big-time players in the rap industry, and honestly, some of Gunna's frequent collaborators before he went to jail. Names like Lil Baby, names like Lil Durk, names like Future. All of these big-time rappers who used to work with Gunna all the time have either directly or indirectly taken a stance against him. Lil Baby with some lyrics that people are attributing to Gunna. Lil Durk did the interview with Academics, basically calling him a snitch. And then Future with the whole thing where he... well, I don't know if he posted it, but on his own Twitter, it was a link to the video of Offset and Gunna, the Proud of Them song, the music video, and then it was quickly deleted, and Future's team said he had nothing to do with that. He wasn't running his Twitter. And then in response to all this, Future doubled down on the fact that he wasn't really rocking with Gunna and posted the snippet to his song Type Ish, which wasn't out at the time, but basically posted the hook where he says, "I don't mess with rats, that's some new type," like, basically doubling down on the he's not rocking with Gunna sentiment. So with all these factors in mind, I don't think anyone really could have predicted this amount of success for Gunna, because when it comes to rap, you can get away with pretty much anything, but there's a few things, really one thing that really is like a career killer, or at least was known as a career killer, and that was snitching allegations. If people could prove that you snitched, it was pretty much over, okay? In rap, you could kill somebody, you could force yourself on one, you can force yourself on someone, you could do all types of crazy stuff in rap. But as soon as you get that snitch attached to your name, whether true or not, again, I don't know, whether true or not, that's pretty much a rap. Like, it's been pretty much a rap. But recently, in more modern times, fans have started to care less and less about that. Most fans really don't care what their rapper does personally, and if they snitch. Most regular fans are like, whatever, right? And so we've seen that, but even still with that, it's just amazing what Gunna's been able to do. And it really just proves that good music trumps all in this situation. Good music trumps all. Nobody really doubted that Gunna could make good music coming home. We all knew the level of artist that Gunna was, but still to see the support is quite shocking. Because nobody really looked at Gunna as like this dangerous street dude, bloodthirsty, rapper like they do like a Lil Durk or an NBA Youngboy. But still, people looked at him as a street dude. He had some ties that he claims, and, he was around YSL. So it wasn't like people just didn't have that expectation of him like being like that, as they say, I guess. But, they didn't look at Gunna like an NBA Youngboy, to put it in decent wording. So still, there was an expectation of this whole incident kind of dampening Gunna's career, but that really hasn't happened yet till this point. Maybe it'll come down the line, maybe some things play out differently, but for the most part, these accusations and this stigma being attached to Gunna really hasn't hurt him that much yet. Now, I knew that coming out of jail, if Gunna continued to drop music, he would still have his fan base. Like, I didn't expect him to lose a fan base and no longer have a career. I just didn't expect all this. To go back to his numbers again, he just sold 91K first week and 57K second week. That means people are actively listening to the album. That doesn't mean that, he popped out with an album, he's a big name, oh, okay, 100K first week, next week, 25K. Because that's what tends to happen for a lot of rappers. People get excited about the first week, then after they listen to the album, they're like, all right, what's next? They don't really stick around. But for his numbers to not even really half in the second week, that shows that people are still very interested in this album. It shows that there's something there, there's quality, there's something to hold on to there, and a lot of people can't say that in rap right now. Just last year, F You Mean was the biggest song of the year. I know I said that earlier, but again, we're establishing this crazy level of success. It was like a top 5 Billboard hit. Right now, he's currently on tour. Everything that Gunna is doing right now is just breaking these boundaries, right? These borders, these glass ceilings that people were putting on him when it comes to his success. Because when he first came out, it was like, oh man, Gunna's not gonna be able to drop any music. All right, nobody's gonna be listening to Gunna. Then he dropped some music and people were like, oh, okay, people are supporting him. Okay, well, he's not gonna do well on an album. Like, his album numbers are gonna be trash. Nobody's listening to his album. Okay, he drops A Gift and a Curse. Damn, okay, people really are listening to Gunna. Okay, he sold like 80K or something like that. Damn, okay. People are listening to Gunna. Well, he's never going to have his song again. Nobody's really going to be bumping him in the clubs and all that. They're not playing no Gunna no more. F You Mean shoots up to be one of the biggest songs of the year. They're like, oh, okay. Well, he can't do shows. He can't do a show. I know Gunna, he's not going to be able to do a show. Nobody's rocking with Gunna like that. And then he does 2 shows, one in LA and one in New York for the A Gift and a Curse like performances. And it's like, damn, okay, he just did shows. Well, I got you. This one he can't do. I know he's definitely not going to be able to go on tour. He's not going to be able to go on a tour in America. Fans ain't rocking with him like that. It might be dangerous. Who knows? He can't really pop outside like that. Gunna, like, no, bro. Gunna's not doing any of that. He's on he's on a United States tour right now, including Atlanta, for the people who are asking. So pretty much at every turn, Gunna is proving people wrong. Every single time he does something, he's proving another large group of people wrong who are making predictions about what he could do once he got out of jail, including myself. I don't want to leave myself out because I didn't expect this either. The only thing that Gunna really has lost has been like those industry ties that he had, where he was in that bubble of rappers that are always constantly like recycling features to each other. There was a point in time in rap where Gunna was on every mainstream album that came out. He was a feature somewhere on there. And he's lost that, that bubble of 21 Savage, Lil Durk, Travis Scott, Young Thug, Lil Baby, that bubble of rappers. He's been kind of ostracized from that group. But honestly, I don't even think that's a bad thing at this point. I think that group of rappers, not necessarily all of them, but like that bubble, so to speak, has gotten a little bit stale. Fans are kind of tired of it. So him not being included in all that honestly might be a good thing. It might have been something that was actually for the better for him to not consistently be on every single person's project every single time it came out. But as of right now, he is getting features still. Now, he's not getting a whole bunch of features. He's not getting a whole bunch of rap features, but he's still getting some decent rap features. He just did a song with Offset on Proud of Them, which honestly shocked me. Offset was like, he's seen like as like a street rapper, and the whole thing. Again, I'm staying out of the snitching thing and did he do it, did he not? I'm staying out of it, but still, like, there's obviously been an effort from all of these rappers to kind of stay away from Gunna. So to see Offset do a song with him was really interesting, and nobody really gave him any backlash. So I don't know. He also did a song with Roddy Ricch on his newest project. So still, some of these street rappers are working with Gunna. It's not like they're all like hands off. Oh my God, it still seems pretty cloudy in terms of this situation at the moment. And Gunna's just continuing to get hotter and hotter. So rappers are going to go get features from him. I know people are like, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's a certain image. when money starts talking, okay? And Gunna's gonna be increasingly hotter, getting increasingly hotter over time, and people are gonna start knocking down his door for features again because Gunna's a great feature artist. He's really good at hooks. He's really good with the melodies and stuff. They're going to be knocking down his door. I called Gunna unstoppable for the sake of this video, pretty much just because of how much success he's having despite having this tied to his name, whether he did it or not. I'm going to say it again for all the people in the back who didn't hear me the first 8 times. Whether that's actually how it works or not, he's still having massive amounts of success. And if that can't take you down, if that thing being tied to your name can't take you down in rap, nothing can. Nothing, okay? Now, obviously, if he just starts dropping trash music, okay, then he'll probably fall off. But Gunna makes music that's so good, nothing that he does outside of the studio is going to affect his numbers or anything of the sort, his career. As long as he keeps doing what he's capable of doing and making the music that he's capable of making, it does not matter what happens outside of that studio. But really speaking of the features, Gunna's been doing really well without them. He didn't have any features on A Gift and a Curse, and I think he has about 5 on One of One, but like only 2 of them are rappers. So for the most part, it's not like he needs these features. He's doing fine without them. But in terms of features, I would like to see him step more into the feature world in terms of giving them and taking features as well. But maybe more so on the pop and R&B side of things. If, you know, I mean, rappers are going to start knocking down his door eventually. But like in terms of like really bossing up, I could see Gunna working really well with pop stars and R&B stars because, again, he has a nice flow. He's got very nice, you know, vocal work. He really makes great hooks and melodies. So I think he could really work well in that pop and R&B space and kind of get out of that trap bubble just a little bit. I'm not saying leave rap, but you understand what I'm saying. I could see him working with people like Brent Faiyaz and Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller and artists like that. Maybe they don't want to work with, I don't know, but like you see the vision I'm going for. Even on the pop side, I would love to see Gunna work with Billie Eilish. Maybe that's a little bit too far of a reach. I don't know. You know, Billie Eilish likes rap. She's kind of tapped in a little bit. So maybe he could say like, oh, I want to collab with Billie Eilish in an interview, like as like one of his dream collabs, and that could work. Because I could see him really tapping into somebody like that on the pop side of things and being really successful there. But overall, I think Gunna's really about to boss up, or he could boss up in terms of spreading his wings a little bit, not just outside of the trap bubble that he was in for the last like 5 years, but rap kind of as well, and, you know, flirting with some features here and there outside of the genre and bringing them kind of back to his own music. And just to kind of wrap things up on the Gunna front, it seems that the fans have taken his side as well, and I don't just mean musically, I mean in terms of the narrative, right? Fans are backing Gunna because the narrative has been, you know, the industry versus Gunna kind of, right? It seems that there's a very clear effort to kind of push down Gunna whenever he's trying to do anything. He dropped his album, A Gift and a Curse, and the whole industry started posting links to a countdown to Young Thug's album. It was kind of weird. It was kind of strange, but Gunna joined in and posted it as well. So I don't know. That whole situation was just weird, but it feels like there's an effort from the industry to kind of silence Gunna and whatever he's doing. And people don't like that. People don't like the industry. People want to root for the underdog. And the underdog, just in this case, also happens to make extremely good music. So now they're really rooting for him and they really want to see him succeed. And, you know, Lil Baby's kind of taking the face of the antagonist of this story. And Gunna's the protagonist in this case. But yeah, overall, unless he starts dropping trash music, not only does he have fans on his side musically, but he has them on his side in terms of the story, in terms of the narrative. So just with all the success that he's had recently, I no longer doubt Gunna. Okay, he can do anything. He can sell 200K. He might, who knows, right? I don't know. He might continue to go up and become the biggest star. I don't know. I'm not putting a ceiling on Gunna anymore because I thought that whole thing being associated with him was really going to dampen what he was doing. I knew he would still have a good career, still have fans, still do shows and stuff, but I didn't expect it to be anywhere near what he's doing right now. And now I get to the little story time thing that I was promising to tell you guys about. So quick little story time. Gunna just had a show in Phoenix, Arizona the other day. I'm from Phoenix. Well, I'm not from Phoenix, but I'm from Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, close enough, right? Y'all don't really know Arizona like that probably. I'm from Arizona. So I didn't plan on going to the show. I honestly didn't know he was out here until the day before his show. But I feel like I'm doxing myself by saying this. I'm not, but like, let's just say this. My dad knows some people. My dad, he's a barber. He's a barber. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. I don't like saying too much personal stuff, but he's a barber, and he ended up giving a cut to one of Gunna's tour managers. I think his main tour manager, I think his name is JP. And so JP was like, oh, you know, I got some tickets to the Gunna thing. Like, we can get you in if you want to go. And my dad's like, I don't really, you know. So he's like, oh, I got a son, though, and he makes content, and he would probably want to go. He likes Gunna. And so the dude hooks me up or whatever, and I get to go to the Gunna concert in the VIP thing and go to the meet and greet thing and everything like that. So I'll just give you a quick rundown. Me and my girl, we drive out there. We go to this is before, never mind. Just forget that. I was about to say some more information, but no. We drive out there. We go to the little arena. And we enter through the back. I meet his manager, JP. Super cool dude, super nice guy. Really appreciate everything that he did. We go through the back and we're like one of the last people in the meet and greet area. And so Gunna's just standing there behind this little background picture. I'm sure I have like the pictures or videos up there for you. But he's just kind of standing in this background thing. And the security's like, all right, you guys can take a picture. And he like pushes my girlfriend up there. And then I'm like, oh, I want to go up there. And then the security guard's like, hold on. And then she takes a picture with him, and then the other guy's like, nah, let him go. And then I go to walk up there, and the security's like, hold on. Like, they were being real thorough, like, you know, you ain't just gonna walk up on Gunna, like, nah, bro. And so they finally let me go up there. We take a picture with Gunna. I shake his hand, and that was it. It was literally like a 2-second experience. It was really weird. Really, really weird. Like, the whole meet and greet thing, like, it was just so quick. It was just like, oh, hey, shook his hand, turned, took a picture, walked away. I don't know. The whole thing was weird, but then I ended up talking to another person who was working there. Her name was Chrissy, and she was really cool. She showed me where to go. She gave me like some VIP stuff. They had like shirts, a VIP pass. They had a bandana type of thing. And then we didn't really have we didn't have tickets. Like, we were so last minute in terms of VIP, we didn't have tickets. So we're walking over to the VIP booth, and she's like, oh, what's your name? The lady's like, oh, what's your name? And I tell her my name, and she's like, oh, well, we don't see you. And she's like, well, who did you come with? And I'm like, oh, I'm with JP, the tour manager. She's like, oh, you're JP's guest? Oh, okay, don't even worry about it. And then they give us the little Polaroid picture, and we sit there waiting for like an hour. I buy another t-shirt. I bought a t-shirt, and I bought my girlfriend a t-shirt. So we, you know, got some little merch while we were waiting for the show. And then by the time the show starts, we don't have tickets still. Like, we're just VIP. We're just kind of roaming. We have the VIP wristband, but we don't have tickets. So I'm just like, all right, let's just go down to the pit. Let's go to the pit. There's no seating, so we can just kind of walk down there, and, you know, they're not really going to say too much. So I walk down to the pit, and the lady's checking my wristband, and she's like, oh, well, this is just the meet and greet wristband. This doesn't have, like, you know, the general admission, the pit wristband thing. And so another guy walks up to her, another security guard. He's like, nah, let them in. They're JP's guests. Like, don't even worry about it. Y'all just go in there and go have a good time. So that's what we did. We went down there. Gunna performed. And he's actually a much better performer than I thought. Like, he's a very good live performer. His mic was live the entire time. He had some really interesting things going on with his set. He had, like, this abominable snowman thing that popped out of the stage, and it was raining. Like, it was supposed to be snow, but it was like soap. It was raining soap on us, and the whole set was crazy. He had this big statue of his head. It was really cool. Like, it was a really cool performance, really cool show. Gunna did his thing. Flo Milli was there as well. Flo Milli killed it. I love Flo Milli. So yeah, overall, really good show. Really appreciate all those guys who helped me out and helped me get to the VIP and do all that stuff. But yeah, enjoyed the show, and it felt really cool to be VIP and all that stuff. I felt really special. It didn't have anything to do with them knowing my channel or anything like that, so I couldn't get too excited. But yeah, it was just nice to be in there and get to experience the VIP and the meet and greet and all that stuff. So yeah, it was really cool. And I think that's it for this little miniature story time. But if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Like, seriously, I seriously do. Have a good day. Be safe. Be blessed. And make sure you stick around for the end of this video for the paid promo song of the day. Peace.
I said, whoa, lately I've been on the road, been on my shit and no losing control. Dummy nigga moving slow, you already playing catch a nigga go. These niggas say they toting pose, but they only flexing that shit for the hoe. God, they will never ever let it blow, I ain't keep it, I put that shit right on my soul. Yeah, put that shit right on my soul. Fuck bitches get millies right now, it's the goal. Yeah. These bitches watching from the cell and they wish they could have